What's up? Welcome to the podcast. On today's episode, I have my homie and fellow content creator, Bryce Hall. I've known Bryce for years. He is insanely talented, and I'm so very happy that he joined me for a chat. So without further ado, Bryce Hall. What's up, man? How you been?
Dude, I've been good, man. I had a long break off, and now that's turned into an even longer break off. So it's cool and bad. I mean, I'm enjoying having time off, but I'm also not enjoying all these tours getting canceled. And like now, I don't know when the next time I'm going to tour is going to be. So it's just trying to make the best of it, man. I mean, I'm not going to sit around and cry about it. Like just trying to stay positive. Hopefully, once everything kind of clears up a little bit, maybe get some work and fly around and do stuff. But for right now, I'm just going to hunker down and eat into my savings a little bit and just try to stay as isolated as possible. That way, at least I'm not making things any worse, you know?
Right. Well, going straight into it, I was trying to find it on like your Twitter or something, but weren't you like prepping to go out on a tour, or like we're already on one and it got canceled? I'm trying to find it. But...
Yeah, I was prepping to pretty much like, I think my first day was supposed to be today, actually.
That's bittersweet. That
sucks. I would have been gone until like July, but yeah, I was about to go back out within this moment again.
Yeah,
it was going to be, going to be all nice. Going to start right, 20 minutes away from me. So all I had to do is drive down and meet up with a tour. But, of course, things don't go as planned. So now the easiest start to tour I would have ever had is now, just postponed until whenever. But yeah, I was about to go out on that, and then that would lead me right into another tour. And then I was supposed to be gone until like July at least, and now it looks like I won't even start touring until about July. So who knows?
Yeah. Wait, what was that? The In This Moment tour? It's a different lineup than the one that they had like 17 runs of. The one that I took over for on one.
Yeah. Well, the one they're about to do now it was at Blackville Brides.
Oh, okay.
Them in Blackville. Yeah.
So the homie Aaron Berkshire would be on that with you.
Yeah, dude, we were looking forward to it because Aaron lives right on the street. Yeah, he lives right on the street from me. So we. Oh,
no way.
We even got coffee like the other day, just like chatting about it, like super stoked.
Hell yeah.
And then like the next day is when we all got the emails that it was looking to be postponed. And then of course that's like when everything started to like, this tour got canceled. That's where it canceled. It's before Live Nation even shut anything down yet.
Oh yeah. When I saw that, I was like, oh shit. Like it's about to affect way more than like, just like our tight knit circle of, like the rock world.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. Like when I saw that, I was looking at our venues and I was like, wait, all of these venues, and I've been on all the advances too. So I'm like, wait, all of these are Live Nation venues. And then I got the email and I was just like, yep, well, I figured. And so dude, it's definitely not ideal. I mean,
no, not at all.
Especially since, I mean, you touring know this as well. Like that's where a big part of the income comes from. I mean, we can make money off the road, but exactly. Yeah. So it's like, nothing compares to the money we make on the road. So it kind of sucks, but at least like I like to save a lot of my money anyways for like if my camera breaks or if like shit like this ends up happening. So I'm not too worried about it, like
from like a money aspect.
Yeah. I mean, like I live with a bunch of roommates here, like in my house too. So it's like,
cool.
Our rent's not super expensive. There's not really a huge sum of money every month I have to pay. I mean, there's the regular, like, bills and everything like that, but I've definitely cut back and just kind of like, just doing the essentials and everything. So I'll be good for a while, but if it lasts as long as it's going to last, then it's definitely going to get bad. And I know like I'm more fortunate than a bunch of people. But I mean, it's just, there's nothing we can really do right now. I mean, until things start clearing up. I mean, as of like, I think today it goes in effect that Orlando's completely shut down. Like we can only go grocery shopping and go like on walks and like go to doctor's appointments, which is like what you're dealing with too, right? Like how is it where you're at?
Yeah, I think because I remember seeing like maybe 2 days ago, like New York was the first one that kind of was, I think, being more strict on like maybe actually calling it a lockdown. I think I think you can get a misdemeanor out here if you're not doing anything that's like kind of essential. I don't know if they've actually turned it into like, I guess it would be a lockdown. I don't think we're there yet, but I mean, if you guys are doing it, like New York and some other places are doing, I can only imagine that we're going to follow suit. But I mean, I just went to the grocery store, or I mean, actually the gas station, and I just got like an energy drink and some beer, and that's not essential at all. But I mean, it's just, there's not a lot of cars out. It just seems like it's the end of the world. And I haven't seen any actually, yesterday I saw my first like police cruiser in like over a week. So like, I don't know where they're at. Maybe I mean, I don't live like in a super high populated city area. Like a lot of foot traffic. So I'm not really too sure, but it seems pretty low key. I'm not to the point where it's like, if I have to go out to do something, I don't need like a backstory yet. I swear I'm just getting toilet paper, officer.
Yeah, right. Dude, these times are so crazy. Like, I was even talking to my roommate about it this morning. It's like, it's just hard to even believe that like this is where we're at. And I was telling her this morning that like when I thought of anything happening as far as like, you know, things being shut down or government lockdowns or anything, you know, I always figured it would be, you know, something more, I don't even know the word for it, like more catastrophic than just a flu and like a virus, because you don't really think that we don't have the resources to fight something like that. So then when it happens, and now that it's happening at the scale it is, it's just more like, oh shit, like this thing is real. Like this thing can just happen, you know. It's so weird. And like the fact that we're on like our industry shut down, like they're shutting down like they already did, they shut down all sports. And like as it was happening, it was like, yo, what is happening? Like I flew into Orlando like maybe a week and a half ago. I had to go up for a funeral. And I came back, and it was the first time I've ever flown into Orlando where, one, it wasn't a full flight full of just kids and people wearing Disney shit and everything, but like the airports are empty. Like it is crazy, man. But I mean, I just never thought I'd get something like this in like my lifetime, or even see anything to the point where it's at now. But it's just bizarre, dude. Like I don't even feel like it's real. Like I know it's real, but it does. It feels like the end of the world, and it's just so bizarre.
See, for me, like obviously I know it's real, and I do take it seriously. I'm not going out there, you know, licking windows and stuff like that. But it's like, for me to see it even like really real, like some real shit, is like when like all businesses shut down, or I see, you know, looting and cars flipped over and shit like that. Then I'll be like, all right, the purge is on, motherfuckers. Let's fucking do this shit.
Dude, and to be honest, I don't know if we're far off from that. Like, you know, I know they're talking about, I don't keep up with politics as much as I should. I just don't watch TV. I don't, like, the most I get is from what people say on Twitter, and I take that with a grain of salt because everyone's an expert on everything on Twitter. But it's like, if it gets to the point where like people aren't working for months and these government checks are coming in that aren't substantial for people's livelihoods, then I think that looting and rioting and stuff is very plausible. But I mean, who knows? I mean, I hope this shit just gets figured out and goes away in a short amount of time. But I think there is a big possibility of it getting worse before it gets better. But I guess we'll see. I mean,
right.
Who knows?
I did see on my friend's Instagram, and this could just be the area that she lives in. It's not, I mean, there's certain areas where she lives that's pretty testy, but being the circumstances of the coronavirus and stuff, she had her car put on blocks, and her, like, all 4 of her wheels were stolen. I was like, what the fuck? It could be coincidence, but like, you know, I'm sure someone out there is like, hey, like, we're out of work. We're getting what $20 for unemployment. All right, let's go flip some tires.
Yeah, dude, that's bizarre. I mean, that's just so weird. Trippy, it's so weird that we're like here. Yeah, it's super trippy, dude. It's like one big fever dream constantly.
It's insane. I have a few friends that have tested positive, some local and some like, you know, Southern California and stuff like that. So in that regard, it does make it seem more real. Like when you didn't know, and like when it first started coming out and like things were getting canceled and shut down, it was like, oh, well, shit. Okay. I mean, this sucks. I'm not going to get paid from work, but now I have nothing to do and I can just relax and work out all day. But when friends started to get, you know, the virus, I was like, oh, wait, this is real.
You're like, wait, I could actually get this. This isn't just something I'm seeing about on TV.
Right? Like I thought, like, I can't get this. What are you talking about?
You know, it's weird, man, because like I'm like almost positive that I have already had it. So
what?
Earlier, yeah. So I was reading, and like early reports of this kind of virus started happening, and again, this is articles I've seen online, so I could totally be like spilling this out of my ass right now, but it's all secondhand information. But like I've read there were cases as early as like November and December of 2019, and right after New Year's, I never get sick. My immune system is so just already great from touring and just being put through the ringer constantly,
right?
That I don't ever get sick. I got the flu in January, and it was the worst flu I've ever gotten. I mean, dude, it put me on my ass for like 6 days.
Damn.
Like of intense, like couldn't really breathe that well. Like just felt like I got hit by a truck. Like if it would have happened on tour, I would not have been able to like push through it. Like it was one of those. So bad. And then I ended up leaving for tour. Like on the tail end of me having it, I had to go and leave for tour. So I went to Europe, and I like was just getting over it.
Damn,
but dude, like reading back and thinking about like the shit I had, I was like, there's a good chance that I got it super early. But
dude, that's
I mean, who knows? Like, I kind of hope I did. That way, I'm not prone to getting it again, or at least carrying it so I can infect other people.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah,
but I don't know. I hope I did, because if I get sick again, that shit sucks.
No, you should go test it and see if you're immune.
Yeah, I should actually. Do they do testing for that?
Hit up the government. Be like, hey, like I think I might have had this like before shit got real. If you pay me like pretty nicely and take care of my medical bills, like I'll go test this shit right now. Like,
yo, I'll go be a lab rat for a little while, dude. Man. I mean, I gotta make money somehow, you know.
I want to try one of those, and I don't know if it's real or not, but I've been seeing it where it's like you'll get like paid $1,000 to binge watch The Office straight.
Oh yeah, I've
dude.
Seen those.
If that's real, they might be getting hit up pretty heavy.
I mean, all I'm saying is like I don't get paid $1,000 and still binge watch The Office. So if I could get paid to do that, then I think it's a win-win.
I might just do that tonight. Well, not all tonight, but was it 15 hours? I think is that what I think it's.
I don't even know. I don't even know what loop I'm on, because I just put it on like before I go to bed.
Oh yeah.
I can never sleep. So I end up watching a whole season, just laying there.
So like, well, obviously The Office, but is there anything that you're watching currently, like new TV shows or movies or anything that you're like, like when you're trying to watch a movie or something, but you're like, man, I don't want to watch that right now. I don't want to risk 2-3 hours of my night for a movie that might suck. But now that we have nothing to do, are you kind of like stepping out of the normal and watching some weird shit?
Oh, dude, 100%. Like I'm watching movies that I just have always put off, and I'm like, no, I won't watch this. I'll wait for another time, because I'm so, dude. I mean, I'm so bad. Like I'm not someone that like pre-downloads like shows and I watch them on my bunk or anything. Like the second I hit my bunk, I fall asleep. So I never am just laying in my bunk like watching it. Dude, it's almost a curse, because sometimes I want to lay down, like, I don't know, get work done or just sit on my phone. It doesn't matter what time it is. If I lay down on my bunk, I'm just going to pass out, and I don't know why that is. But anyways, watched The Invisible Man yesterday, and
Invisible Man. Is that, let's see here.
The new one, like the new one that just came out, that's available for like, rented on like Amazon or whatever.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. I actually saw the trailer for this last night.
Yeah. Dude,
is it good?
It is. Holy shit. Dude, it's so good.
Damn.
Like everything about it, like the way it's filmed, the like storyline they took with it, the actress, dude, it's definitely a good watch for sure.
Damn,
my friend showed me this movie the other day. It's called the Kitsy Tapes, like Poughkeepsie, New York.
It just sounds fucked up.
Dude, it is not a good movie, but it is so disturbing that it's just like the whole time you just feel so uncomfortable watching it. And it's it's a bad movie. Like, go into it knowing that this is not going to be like the way it's filmed, the effects they use, like it's a very cheap-ish movie.
Okay.
But the story and some of the scenes in that movie are so, it leaves you feeling very uncomfortable, like very uncomfortable.
Dude, I'm so down for that.
Have you ever watched VHS? Any of the VHS
Okay,
movies?
fuck. Is it like that?
No.
Like,
it follows without giving anything away, it just pretty much follows they find this old abandoned house full of all these videotapes, hundreds of videotapes, and it's all with based off of the one guy, but like I think over half of the videotapes just is focused on one girl, and you just have to watch it. It's disturbing.
I love shows like this or movies like this. I love horror movies. I love that, like, the fucked up, weird, cool, disgusting shit that, but the VHS, dude, I can't do those ones. It's just too, I don't know. But it was a while ago that I watched the first one. I didn't even try the second one. Actually, I don't even think I maybe got halfway through on the first one.
Dude, I don't think you'd be able to handle the second one. Dude, those movies scared me. So the first time I ever watched those movies, I went to my buddy's house. It was like however many years ago, and he smoked me down, and I got way too high. And we put that movie on, and it was like, how that's filmed. It's filmed like kind of Cloverfield-esque, but the effects they use on it make it seem so real that I was afraid to drive home that night.
Dude,
it made me afraid of the dark all over again, which is so weird.
No.
But dude, the second one is even more intense. Like, I think they have a third one too, but all of them are just those movies are a ride.
Maybe one day I'll give it a shot again, but
if you're feeling up for it,
who knows?
More light. Well,
lockdown.
I also watched that. Yeah, right. I mean, you have all the time. I did watch that 3 from Hell movie, that new Rob Zombie movie.
3 from Hell?
Yeah, 3 from Hell. It's like the trilogy of House of a Thousand Corpse, Devil's Rejects, and then this is the 3 from Hell. It was okay.
Not bad. I like was it the Devil's Rejects? There's a different one. House of a Thousand. No, I don't know. There's one. I forget which one I watched. But he's a good director, Rob Zombie. So his stuff's good. Filmed really well.
His stuff's good. The only movie I didn't like of his was Halloween 2. I thought that was a flaming pile of garbage.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
So that's the only. Well, and from what I heard, he had gotten like the okay in the budget to start doing either Lords of Salem or this 3 from Hell movie. So he kind of like not abandoned the project, but I guess he wasn't as hands-on with it, like about halfway through the filming. But I mean, who knows? That's the only one I don't like by him. But yeah, I don't know, man. I've been trying to like get into some series. I think I want to start watching Westworld.
Okay. I've heard of that one.
I do watch this show, and they just came out with a new season I have to watch. It's called Good Girls. I don't know if you ever heard of that. I think it's on like Hulu or Netflix, but it's like
Good Girls. Let's see here.
It's like these 3 suburban moms who like rob a grocery store, but it ends up like the grocery store is holding money for like one of the local mobs, and it just turns into like this whole big thing, and it's pretty good. It's a good show.
That's sick. I do think tonight I might watch that the Poughkeepsie Tapes or well, honestly, I mean, I can do both. I'll start with the Invisible Man and then the Poughkeepsie Tapes.
Yeah, the Invisible Man it's a good movie. I mean, it was slated to come out in theaters like either last week or this week, and they just went ahead and put it on.
Damn.
Like, you have to rent it or stream it or whatever. But yeah, dude, it is a good movie.
I'll have to make sure my batteries or I have new batteries in my noise canceling headphones for that shit.
Oh, dude, get ready for it.
I don't even know what was I watching. Oh, okay. I've been watching a few things. I'll bounce back and forth between Master Chef Junior because I love to cook. Let me see here. I gotta actually, dude. I bounce around so much that I need to figure out because I have Netflix and Hulu. So it's like, if I can't find anything on here, let's see here. Okay. I don't know. Just a bunch of shit.
Oh, dude, I watch Hell's Kitchen religiously. Like, I love all those cooking shows and everything. Like, that's something that I will put on, like, and just stay up and just watch all night long.
Yeah. Oh, dude, last night I fell asleep watching Master Chef Junior, and I like lost like 2 or 3 episodes because I fell asleep with my laptop like next to me, and before you know it, I was like, oh wait, it's the finale. Like, shit. Now I can't go back and watch those like episodes because I already know who gets kicked out. I guess I could to see what they make, but like,
it's story of my life. I fall asleep like 3 episodes in, and then with Hulu, I guess it doesn't like ask you if you're still watching. It'll just keep rolling. So I wake up and it's like the championship, and I'm watching them crown the winner, and I'm like, well, I know who wins, so let me go back and see how they did it. Like,
I think the one thing that I watch a lot, as far as, I mean, I can always just play it through, kind of like The Office or something like that. But when I'm going to sleep, if I can't find anything, I'll just put on Bob's Burgers and just kind of let it roll. Like, yeah, that's my go-to.
It's American Dad for me. Either American Dad or Rick and Morty.
Okay, I'll cycle through like American Dad, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, Rick and Morty, like those shows. Like, I'll cycle through.
We're the same person, huh?
Oh yeah, like literally, I think last month or something, I just was like, oh well, damn, I have nothing to watch. All right, I started American Dad from the beginning and just watched it again. And I'm like, damn, I totally forgot about like all of these episodes.
Yeah, right.
But now I'm like at that point again. Like, I think I'm now just catching up. I'm fully, I am fully caught up with Bob's Burgers. But that's same thing, man. I feel like I only scrub through those, and then The Office, and then sometimes I feel like my roommates are just hate me because that's all I put on. Is I'll either just put on The Office or some cartoon, and they're just like, "Can we watch a movie?" I'm just like, you're like, but do I really want to? Like,
and I don't know. There've been so many bad movies that I've like. I'm trying to think. There was a movie I tried to watch the other day, and it was like a remake or like a reboot of something, and I gave it a chance. Oh, I watched that new Saw movie, Jigsaw. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah, it was. I mean,
it was better than like 5 through 7 or whatever they like. I was a big fan of the franchise, like 1 through 3.
Me too.
Like, huge fan. And then like 4 was kind of okay. I could see where they were going, and then they just went completely off the rails. And I decided to watch this one, and I wasn't disappointed with it. I mean, it was a Saw movie,
of course,
but I was just kind of like, all right, like it's just pretty much the same movies over and over again, except now there's a new twist at the end.
I remember Saw being like one of those movies that I loved when it came on, like in the tour bus. Like, anytime it came on like a day off, I'm like, oh shit, it's going down.
Dude, see, I have never really been blessed with being with a band. Besides the last tour I did, I haven't been with a lot of movie watching people. Like, people don't like to throw movies on like the front lounge and like watch. It's like they'll do it for like maybe the first couple days, and then after that, like, except for my last tour. The last tour I was on, it was with Wage War and Dead, and we split a bus in Europe. So it was like Wage War pretty much took the back lounge and Dead took the front lounge, and they each would play different movies.
That's tight.
And that was just like the nightly thing. So any time during the day or night, you could walk back to either lounge, and there's someone back there putting on a movie, because they all went to all the like whatever stores they have over there that sell just like the bins, like $1 a piece for movies. And I swear, like every 5 days they would come back with maybe like 30 or 40 DVDs, and we would just watch them all, and then they would leave them at the venue and just let another band come and take them if they wanted them.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, it was cool, but I watched so many movies that I forgot existed that it was nice. But yeah, I don't usually get bands that wanna watch movies, man.
Well, of Mice and Men Boys, we always watched movies. If no one was playing video games in the back, either we'd watch something in the front or in the back, depends on the day. But my last tour with Nothing More, there was at least five where the entire bus was in the front lounge watching a movie, which is crowded.
So nice. Oh yeah,
like,
of course.
There's like 3 people standing, drunk, wobbling, and then there's like, 7 people on like the long side of the couch and shit like that. But the one that I watched that I was surprised and like kind of disappointed. I mean, I still liked it. I mean, I'll watch it again, but was it Midsummer?
I've heard so many mixed things about that. Like I've had people tell me it's the best movie ever and I should watch it. And I've had kind of people like what you're saying where it's like, I didn't hate it, but I also didn't like it.
Well, I was under the impression that it was going to be like extremely fucked up. Don't get me wrong. Like it was kind of fucked up, but like not to my standards, which I don't know if like psychologically that's a good thing or not for me, but one thing that did hold true, and I don't know if I saw an article or this is just in my head, but it was very, what's the word I want to look for here? I guess the sound engine, I don't know, what would that be called? I don't know, the audio of it. Like this one, you definitely want to have some like good ass headphones or good speakers or something, and like it's like the sound is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would be called. The sound design, I guess.
Sound design, audio engineer. Is that what you would call it for movies? Too?
I don't know. I don't know. I would just do you have sound canceling headphones?
Yeah, I usually I hooked up a sound system to my living room, so I kind of have I usually don't watch movies with headphones in, but it's funny you say that because especially with The Invisible Man, that's a movie that you would need to watch with headphones in or with subtitles, just because there's so many little things that get said or happen or noises that happen that are so crucial to the overall storyline that if you miss them, you could be like towards the end kind of like, wait, well, why did this happen? Or why was this like this? And it's because there were little things happening throughout, like just the sounds in it that were kind of giving hints towards like the overall story of but I usually don't watch movies with headphones in. I even am like the asshole that will lay in their bunk and like have my volume on. No, not loud, but like enough to where I'm like, I just don't want to lay on my side with headphones.
No, yeah. All right, well, I'll definitely be plugged in, noise canceling on for The Invisible Man. I would say, dude, if you can not blast that sound for that Midsummer movie, but like have it just, settings dialed perfectly, dude. I'd say the reason I don't hate it is because the sound was like pretty fucking good, and it's filmed well.
It's definitely on my list. Yeah, it's definitely on my list of things I need to watch. And I'm trying to get through a lot of those now. Like now that I've kind of settled into the fact that this will be a while, I'm trying to like figure out like what movies I have wanted to watch for a while I want to watch, and like what tutorials and shit I want to learn, like from just whatever program.
What are you learning like right now? Like
I'm trying to dive deeper into After Effects, deep enough into After Effects where I don't have to look at a tutorial every time I want to do something cool. You know what I mean? Like I want to learn everything from the basics up to like advanced, whatever. And with the amount of resources on YouTube alone, it's like I think I'll have no problem doing that. I just have to like sit down and actually focus and pay attention to it and not be distracted, because that's what happens. I'll get like halfway through one of those and then get distracted on something else. And stand there, I'm like, shit, I missed 3 minutes of this, and I missed like so many crucial points.
Oh, dude, yeah. That's why you need I like right now I have like my little podcast studio set up. Well, kind of. And I have, I hired my brother. He is doing like all the Googling and stuff like this. So I have my monitor. So that's the only time I have like dual screen. I always wish I had like for editing, like a legit, like those big, I think LG just released like a 60-inch, like long ass screen or something like that. Like if I could spread out,
so nice.
if I could spread out like the YouTube video on one channel, my After Effects on the other, and then like my iTunes on the other, so it's all separate. I think I wouldn't get super distracted, but like when I have just my computer, I'll have to like go like switch back and forth between like, all right, watch a minute, all right, make changes. Watch a few minutes, make changes. And then I like try and listen to the audio, and then I get all fucked up.
Yeah, I've had it to where I just have like my laptop and I have it hooked up to another monitor, which is right above it. So I'll put the tutorial on the top monitor and then just like kind of follow along and do exactly what it is on the bottom monitor, just to like have it be like, I don't even know the word for it, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you learn it or keep it in your memory longer from just actually sitting there and doing it. But yeah, I'm trying to dive deeper into that. I mean, might as well. I mean, I just don't want to sit around and just smoke and be lazy for the next 3 months if that's all we're able to do.
Right. I think it's like part of me is like, oh, well, like I got this time off. Like I kind of just want to enjoy it and be lazy. But then also I'm like, this is a great time to learn things, do something, you know? It's like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be lazy, and I'm trying to like, all right, get up in the morning and go run and like do a little workout and then like go and actually be productive. Don't wake and bake and then lay on the couch and watch The Office all day like I might have done yesterday.
Maybe after after a workout, then you just, smoke up and do nothing.
Exactly.
So you are doing some workouts?
Dude, I'm trying, man. Like,
that's more than a lot of people say.
I mean, dude, just like little at home stuff, and I'm trying to like get better. I've never been a runner before. Ever.
Dude, I hate running, so it's fun.
And I finally got to the point where I can go like in the gym and run a couple of miles, and it'd be like good and Gucci, and I'll be like, all right, this is cool. And then I try to run outside, and it's nowhere near like it is running inside. Dude, so I'm trying to adjust all that.
Running outside fucking sucks.
It does suck. It sucks so bad, but dude. I'm trying to. I want to like it so that way when I get on tour, I can just wake up early and go on a run and come back and shower and then start my day. Unlike every other day on tour where all I do is I wake up late, I get a cup of coffee, and then I try to find the production office to set my shit up. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. I would, you should try and do, and, not yesterday, day before. I went and I did 400 meters, which just one lap of lunging. I still can't walk properly.
Jesus, dude.
Dude, like it's really good. Like I hate running really, really bad. I don't know if it's like shin splints or something like that, or me just being a big fat pussy, but I just don't like it. So that's a good alternative is lunging.
Yeah.
Like my goodness, dude, like it really hurts. Like going off of a curb. Like I have to do like, have you ever had like a really good leg day and you can't walk?
Yeah, it's like so after every leg day.
Have you ever had to, when you're going down a curb, instead of just taking like the normal step down, you have to turn sideways and like sidestep?
Oh, the old sidestep.
That's what I have to do. It sucks, dude. Like, and I've been sitting for the last we've been on this for almost 34 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The longer I sit, the worse it's going to get for me when I get up.
Yeah, dude. 100%.
So I don't have a lot of options. But, I mean, it's all for the gains. So, you know what? Whatever.
You know what, dude? Might as well. I mean...
I'm drinking a beer.
What do you do? Yeah, right. I literally, when we get off here, I have to run to the liquor store before they close. So are you just working out at home, or do you have like a track you go to, or like what are you allowed to do now that like you're in one of those areas that pretty much kind of shut down?
I tried to go to the high school I went to, and I tried parking, and gates were closed. They only had it open for like deliveries, so I was like, whatever, I'm just not going to do it. So I went to the the middle school that's down the road. It's a shitty dirt track, and it's not closed, so I did it there. But that's the only time I've been. Yesterday I just ran like a route that I know is like about a mile.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me. But I do have some gear. I have a barbell. We have some dumbbells. I have a sled. I have a weight vest, kettlebell, slam ball. I got some good stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have a bench or a rack. So like making do, I think like my dad made this cool little like one person bench that you sit on out of wood.
Yeah.
So by no means is it meant for bench pressing, but it's the only thing I have right now that works. So
yeah.
Just going kind of like using the gear that I have and the knowledge that I have for fitness, and then going through, his name is Corey Gregory. He runs a Max Effort Muscle. And so he has a service that's like an app based thing or just online. I think it's like $9 a month. And he has a program that's called Dumbbell Shred. And he just came out with something in light of like the coronavirus and people not being able to go to the gym. He came out with a specific weekly workout that you can do from home with basically a pair of dumbbells.
That's cool.
So I've been doing that.
I've just been doing like body weight workouts pretty much, just like lunges, burpees, like push-ups, sit-ups, just because I don't have any gear at my house.
Yeah.
I live pretty close to the gym, and then when they shut those down, it was like, well, I'm just not going to sit and get fat, so I need to at least do something because yeah.
I think this is going to be when this all ends and the gyms and stuff opens up and everyone starts hanging out with each other again, there's going to be some pretty overweight people because you're going to see who had the dedication to to want to work out, like.
Oh yeah. And I mean, and also I feel like the mentality too is like a lot of people aren't taking this seriously, like seriously in the sense of like when they're home, they think this thing's only going to last for like the 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever they're saying, like everything's shut down for. So I think people are more or less taking this as a time to like not work out, just pretty much drink, eat a bunch of shitty food, like actual vacation time. And then I think when this turns into something that's going to last for a few months, if it does, hopefully it doesn't. Yeah, it's going to be a oh shit moment. And then I feel like when people start going out or start going on dates again or whatever, it's going to be like, oh, you look nothing like your Tinder profile. That's so weird.
Yo, that catfish show is about to get lit.
Yeah, dude, 100%. They're about to be renewed forever after this.
Wait, is it still going? That catfish show?
Yeah.
I know I see it on, I want to say Hulu. Yeah, Hulu.
I think so. I think the one guy left, and I think it's just the Max guy. And he has like different people come in and like co-host every week. I think that's what I saw. I think doing their thing. I don't know, man. I didn't even know Jersey Shore was a thing again until the other day, and I was like, wait. Yeah, dude, apparently Jersey Shore's like they have a whole new thing. It's like with the original cast, and it's like Jersey or family vacation or something. I don't know. I'm like, dude, what the heck? And like Teen Mom has like the OG crew back, and they're just like, I don't watch TV, man. When I saw it the other day, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like it's the same shit from when I was like in high school, like watching it. Like it's back now. I'm like, this is so bizarre.
This is watch all the shows start coming back for all this coronavirus stuff. Like, hey, like this is our shot. Like people have nothing to watch. Let's do it.
I mean, well, like what are the sports channels and stuff that you've been talking about? Like, are they just analyzing like games from like '93 and shit? And just,
I don't know.
I'm wondering. Like I said, I only see it every now and then, just me flipping through channels. But like I don't watch. Like, I try not even to watch anything on my TV, whether it be Netflix or Hulu or anything throughout the day, just so I don't get sucked into it, which obviously now that we don't have anything to do, that's not really helping. A little bit more difficult. But yeah, I barely watch any like reality TV or any cable TV at all. And then when I do, it's just so bizarre, the shit that they have on now, man.
I mean, I'd say the only thing that I would watch like live TV would be hockey games. And, dude, I miss it. I love hockey. It sucks, dude. And like before this got pretty big, the virus and whatnot, I was at a game like 3 days after one of the people tested positive for the coronavirus.
Oh, no shit.
So we were at a game against the San Jose Sharks versus the Colorado Avalanche. 3 days before, I guess someone was like a temporary employee there or part-time, whatever. And then I think later that week, I saw the news from SAP Centers where they play in. They put out a statement saying that one of our employees tested positive for the coronavirus, and here's the games that they worked at. And I was like, man, you gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. Like, if I get the coronavirus from going to a hockey game, I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna need some season tickets, all right?
Yeah, right.
If I don't die, I need some season tickets.
Need to make this right.
I know, dude.
Yeah, dude. I just can't believe like everything is shut down. I mean, it makes sense, but it's still like I never thought that I would see the day that they would shut down like
sports,
even the music industry. Sports, music industry, everything, dude. I mean,
but
everything.
I'm kind of curious. So like, all the I think the Dance Gavin Dance tour, like yesterday or today, they just posted like the rescheduled tour dates. I think another, I don't know if the tour you were on already did, but like the tours that got canceled, they've already figured it out and they have it scheduled. I don't know when, but they have it rescheduled already. I'm thinking like, what are they doing for sports? Like, how are you going? You can't like reschedule like playoffs and stuff like that. It's like, you're just going to run into the next season. So are we forever going to be behind in sports? Like, it's just so, dude, it's just so weird. Like, I don't get it.
Dude, I feel like the next couple of months, next couple of months, the rest of the year, even. Sure.
Oh, like 100%. 220.
It's just going to be weird, dude, because, okay, let's say, best case scenario, these tours that are rescheduling, say, this does end by that time and they are able to do their shows. Dude, the baby bands aren't going to be able to do anything. Like, tours are already so oversaturated that in any given day, I mean, especially in your area, even here in Orlando, it's like there's constantly, like, every day the venues have shows every day, and they might be the same. And like especially this time of year, like even I think today was the show at House of Blues that I was supposed to start at. Tomorrow, Circus Survive was supposed to be there.
Oh, shit.
It's just, which is like kind of around the same genre, like not really if you get technical about it, but as far as like the music scene,
it's the same world.
Kind of the same, exactly.
Easily.
And it's like already these cities get oversaturated with all these tours. It's like, so when everyone tries to tour again and no one has a lot of money, like nobody has a lot of money because no one's working. Like I think the bigger shows will suffer, but like what's going to happen to these like middle to lower class bands who still do, DIY tours or still doing like, the van tours, what's going to happen to them? Like that's the one thing that I'm just like, dude, this is bad right now, but this is going to be even worse when it comes time to actually tour because they're probably not going to be able to even start touring and seeing any profit with it until next year.
Yeah,
they're not going to be able to compete with, like, if you had to choose between going and seeing, in this moment, Black Veil Brides, and then, another baby band that's kind of the same genre that people would go and see. It's like, which one are they going to choose? And it's going to be tough, man. If it even, I've seen, like, I saw today, Zach Brown Band cancel all 2020. They're like, we're not even going to try to reschedule this. Like,
they're like,
see how next year if this is better.
This
year. Yeah.
And he's a huge star. So, I mean, it's one of those where it's like, you see him do that, and if that's like a strategic move, or if that's him just being like, fuck it. Like, let's just not do this shit. Like,
I mean, dude, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you kind of have to think that because it's like, why would you go through the hassle? Like, that's the thing. Yeah, the Dance Gavin tour got rescheduled to August, but if things keep getting pushed back, then what does that mean? Just another
pushback,
canceled event?
Yeah.
Another pushback? At what point does it actually get, canceled and people get their money back? I mean, dude, Coachella's happening in October now. Now, how weird that sounds. Like,
it does sound weird.
But, as far as sports go, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if they're just going to pick up where they left off or just pretty much, if
I don't watch a lot of
sport. I don't watch a lot of sports. Yeah. I don't even know what was going on right now. But if they're just going to, call the season and be like, it kind of is what it is, and then start fresh, next year or whenever the next season rolls around, like, who knows, dude? Like,
who knows, dude?
I don't think anybody knows, I just think it's like, I was talking to a manager yesterday just about like Europe's tests and everything, and just being like, hey, have you heard anything about this? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, everyone's just kind of hanging around waiting because no one knows, like nobody knows what's going to happen. Just kind of waiting for the hammer to drop. Like even Danny Wimmer tests didn't cancel till yesterday. And it's like
the what?
The Danny Wimmer test, like Rockville at the center.
Okay.
Like they pulled the plug on all those things, but they waited. Like yesterday was when the announcement got put on. I think everyone's just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. Like, because I'm sure people don't want to cancel prematurely, and that this thing ends up being a 2 or 3 week thing. Right. And it's like, oh shit, we just rescheduled our major event for no reason. But
dude, it's so weird.
It's weird, man. I'm anxious to see what's going to happen because of it. Not only from a financial standpoint with like everyone that's out of work right now, but like even when tours do start going, it's like, are there even going to be people that want to come to the shows? Like, are people going to be able to afford to come to the shows?
It's like it's like just because like a lockdown or something lifts and they say that it's good to go live your normal life again. Like I'm still going to be for, a couple weeks still skeptical, be like, hey, I see you, motherfucker. Stay 6 feet away from me.
Yep.
And if you have a mask on too, make it 12. Get 12 feet away from me.
Make it 12. You know what? Just double that.
Dude,
stand all the way over there.
I think I might have said it on one of my podcasts, but I was like, when you wear that mask, like it makes you look guilty. It makes it look like you have it.
Dude, that's so accurate because when I flew out to that funeral, I did wear a mask, and everybody looked at me like I was a goddamn freak in there. And I'm just like, look away. I was like, I don't care. I was like, I think if you cough on me, I have less chance of getting anything.
Well, see, hold on. That's the thing, though. The reason I say it makes you look like you are kind of guilty of it is because those masks, you just have like the simple, like if you were going to go sand a table, you'd throw on this mask, right? Like I don't know what it's made of. I'm looking at one right now.
Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't one of the like standard, like it was a disposable one, but it wasn't one of the like very like bottom level ones. It was like a little bit better. Like it seals around and everything like that.
Like something fashionable you could probably wear. Like you see all those people wearing them.
Oh no, absolutely not. It definitely was not fashionable. It definitely looked medical, but it just wasn't like It just wasn't like bottom tier, Like,
yeah. Okay, so it had more of a. It's not like just this like little piece of paper or whatever with elastic. It kind of cup.
It definitely was a cup, and it had like some metal rods and stuff in it too. It was like high tech. I don't know. My buddy Rick gave it to me because he's all stressed out about coronavirus. So he's like, "Please take this before you fly. Don't die in the airport."
Yeah, don't die. Yeah, right. Dude, don't die later.
I still take it off to drink a beer in the airport,
because they were saying, and this is just my own opinion. When I see someone wearing it, I'm like, well, stay away from them. It's because
I agree.
It doesn't really protect things from coming in. It more protects, like if you were to cough or sneeze with that thing on, that thing is going to get, that sneeze or cough is going to get trapped right away. But things are going to get in.
Well, the way that I look at it is like, you're 100% right. But the way I look at it is like, if I'm walking behind somebody and I'm not wearing a mask and they just flat out sneeze in the open air and all that shit goes up in the air, I'm more likely to breathe that shit in. Whereas like if I have a mask on,
protects you more.
I have a better chance of not. I mean, I know wearing a mask isn't going to be like the save all end all thing.
And I'm not saying that.
Danny, do you think wearing a mask is the end all save all for this? Because if you're right, I need to invest all my stock.
I'm gonna make a new site, and I'm just gonna make like the best mask. It's gonna be sick, dude.
Little air filter on the outside of it.
Dude. Yes.
Yep. All right. Right. I'm in. I'm like, what do I have to invest?
Right, dude.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying not even to go anywhere, but at the same time, it's like, I hate being locked up in my house all day.
Dude, I feel you. That's why I'm just like, yesterday, it was fun. I played beer pong with my mom. That was fun.
Sick.
And then I made some insane weird fudge brownies and stuff. But I went to the store twice.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just one of those where it's like, I'll try and stay inside as long as I can. But it's like, dude, I need some beer. I need some hot wings. I need In-N-Out. I need some shit. Come on. You're not going to stop me unless you close it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
No, I get it, dude. I definitely don't want to be cooped up in the house. But I've definitely started cooking more. I already did cook a lot when I came home, but all the meat I had in my freezer is just pretty much depleting at this point. So I'm going to have to go back to the store and buy a bunch. But I had a bunch of deer meat and stuff that
ooh, you got some venison, dude?
I do, dude. I have way too much. Yeah. Me and my dad took a trip, back in December, I think, and I came home with so much ground venison.
You hunted it?
Oh God, I hope the vegans aren't listening to this podcast.
All right, Joe Rogan, chill out, dude. No, I'm jealous, dude. I wish I had a freezer of venison, dude.
Yeah, man, it's
that's so sick.
It's cool, except when I cook it. If I because I make some really bomb burgers with it.
Oh,
and people for New Year's, for instance, I had a bunch of people over, and anytime we have parties or whatever, I just cook because
you got to show off, dude.
Yeah, I just really like to cook. So I cook a bunch of chicken, bunch of burgers, dude. Major grill flex,
dude. It's the biggest. What are you cooking? Some venison, baby.
I didn't tell anybody. Not that it doesn't matter.
You might have. Some people would be freaked out.
Dude, and they were eating them, and I remember one person was eating it and was just like, "Damn, this burger is one of the best I've ever had that you've made." And I was like, "Yeah, cool, it's venison." Not thinking anything of it, and I had two people literally put it down and be like, "What's that?" And I said, "Oh, it's deer," and they're like, "This is deer?" And I was like, "What? How is this any different from killing a cow from killing a deer? They're both." And they just get so freaked out by it. But I'm like, well, if anything, I'd want to eat the venison more because it was not
it's more of a special
raised on a farm. And I know what its diet was. It was corn and grass. It wasn't pumped with anything. It was, I don't know. Dude, hunting's such a weird topic to talk about or even bring up because it seems like everybody's so against it. And it's just, I'm not against it, I guess. I only,
I'm not either.
I was born and raised. I was hunting, I was fishing. I grew up in the South. That's just, nice. I knew how to shoot and clean a gun by the time I was 6 or 7. That's just how I was raised. And that's so sick. I don't kill anything that I wouldn't eat. So if I kill it, I'm going to eat it. I'm going to use it all. And, people disagree and that's fine, but I would rather kill a deer and have 2 months worth of meat than have to go spend $150 at the store for the same amount of meat that I would already be using. So
I would absolutely love to go hunting and bring back a big yield of venison or something. I know I've never hunted before. I've shot guns. The first time I ever shot a gun was with what was me at the band house, and it was a 12 gauge shotgun. So I've been around guns and I've shot them before, but the more I've listened to Joe Rogan and what's his name? He has a show called Meat Eater. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Meat Eater, really good. Joe Rogan is on one of the episodes, but I'm trying to find his name right here. Meat Eater cast. What's his name? Fuck. If you like the hunting and stuff, and where is it? Sorry, I'm trying to look up his name real quick.
Oh, you're good.
Steve Rinella.
Okay.
Steve Rinella.
familiar.
But dude, it's a really, really good show. Not only do they show like the entire hunt from stalking to, setting up and finding where the animal is living and coming from, etc. They also show like how they're cooking it, like how they prepare certain meats and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
That's cool. I like that aspect of it. That's cool. Where they show you like
it's
how to
really
clean
cool
it and what to use it for. I enjoy it, man. Like it's more or less something that like me and my dad always go and do, and like now with touring so much and him not living like down the street from me, it's been something where like now I try to make time where we go and do like weekends, like go and do weekend hunts together. And
that's it.
I mean, it means a lot to him, and so I love doing it. So it's cool. Plus, it gets me like completely out of going from touring and you know how that life is, and then even being here in Orlando, then just going in the middle of the woods in Alabama and being surrounded by pretty much nobody except like a small local town of maybe 50 people.
Some like real man shit.
It's like it's a man
testosterone shit. Like I don't know.
Oh, dude, I feel like such a man when I hold that gun. I just
that Meat Eater show though it's on Netflix if you wanted to. If you were curious, it's really good, filmed really well.
I think I've seen it on.
You probably
there. I
have
haven't actually watched it. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's really really good. That's awesome. I didn't know that you did any hunting. That's really cool.
Yeah, hunting and fishing. I don't do it as much as I'd like to do it, just because even during off time, it's usually just spent editing and waiting for the next tour to come around. But when I get the chance, I go up and
that's cool.
And try to get with my dad and do some stuff. But we go fishing all the time when I'm home too. So I enjoy doing that. I mean,
my brother that's sitting here with me right now. Right now he doesn't have a mic, but he likes to go fishing. So
yeah, dude, you have a lot of fishing spots out in the Bay Area, I would assume.
Yeah, yes or no. I mean, sorta, not really.
Yeah,
I kind of have to go look for it. But I mean, we're not we're not far from like Tahoe and stuff like that. I don't know really how the fishing is there, but
just so you can go do like little day trips somewhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's something. My other brother Michael did it where I think you start the day. So I live like 20 minutes away from Santa Cruz. So there's a challenge that's, I believe you start the day by surfing. And then, so it's okay. So start the day. Actually, I don't know if there's an order to it, but basically in one day you surf, golf, and snowboard or ski or whatever. Basically, so all three of those in one day. Because I mean, we're 4 hours from Lake Tahoe, and then golf. I think the closest place from us is maybe, I don't know, 5-10 minutes away, and then the beach is 20, 25, 30. So it's a fun challenge. I've personally never done it.
Yeah.
One, because I suck at surfing, but maybe I'll just do it for the fact to like just do the challenge. Or there's skimboarding that I do, but
yeah, I've never even tried surfing before. I tried skiing one time, and it was cool. I live the furthest point away from trying to go somewhere.
I was gonna say,
snowboard.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot of skiing or anything. I mean, even surfing wise, like I guess there is some if you go and look for it, but it's. I mean, then again, I don't surf, so I don't know. I could. There could totally be great surfing spots around here. I have no idea.
Let's see here. I had a thing of notes, but. This is not okay. Great, cool. I had like a thing of notes that I had written down, and this is not the right one. Sick. It's not like so when I do these podcasts, it's not like I'm trying to hit specific notes. Like I'm not like going down the line. Like, all right, talk about that. Check. Next.
Yeah.
It's more of just like if things go like not decent or like I forget what to talk about, I can like. Look at kind of like a cheat sheet and be like, oh, okay, here's this. Like,
yeah.
Plus,
I mean, we've known each other for like what 8 or 9 years now, so it's like I feel like you can just call, like, we could just have a conversation, and it doesn't really need to even hit on specific points. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you, I know when I talked to Aaron Berkshire, and I see him posting now for videos on YouTube, and I know we talked about it, whether or not it was something that I placed in his mind to make his ass do it or not, but he's been doing those like gear reviews and things like that, which is pretty cool. Do you have any plans to do something like that, where it's just kind of content for your own self to just, I mean, one, keep busy and maybe make some money off of it too?
Hell no.
Nah?
I'm so bad at talking in front of the camera. I mean, like,
oh, in front of the camera, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's the thing is, like, I feel like with a podcast would be cool, but as far as, like, getting online and kind of going through, like, editing techniques and stuff, I feel like I could sit down with someone and teach them how to do something that would be fine, but if I'm just, like, screen recording and talking into a microphone and trying to explain my, like, process, it would just be, all right, do this, and then while this renders, smoke a bowl, and then start doing this, and wait for it to render. Like,
but see, hold on, that would be kind of a cool, like, what would you say, niche,
yeah.
You know, like, imagine you're just watching a video on how to, like, if you were to go and look and be like, I want to do this on After Effects, and this guy is just basically, like, showing you how to do this, and all of a sudden he's like, all right, well, since that's rendering, I'm just gonna smoke a fat bowl real quick, and you hear it it's like, and then he's like, all right, fuck, where was I? See, that'd be kind of, honestly, that'd be kind of funny. I think people might even watch that, not even to learn anything. They'd just be like, what is this dude gonna try and teach us today?
Yeah, dude. That would be sick. Maybe I should think about that. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know if, like, I would even have, like, that's the thing about making these videos. Like, I don't even know if I would have any more input to give than people already have online. Like, I feel like it would be repetitive. Like, I've gone on, like, Instagram Live before and kind of just, like, taking questions and stuff, and I feel like that's more productive and informative than just kind of, like, sitting down. Like, I mean, if that's your thing, go for it. Like, I am no way talking down on it, because I've seen Aaron's stuff, and it's like, dude, you get it where you got to get it. You take the path whatever you want to take. Like, that's totally fine. Like, I'm going to support it and dig it. But just for me, it's like, I've tried before. I've tried to set a camera up and, like, talk and, like, do, like, the whole vlog thing and everything like that, but I don't know. It never gets around to being edited or anything.
Honestly, don't worry, because I'm the same way. I mean, even just doing the audio for podcasts, it's like every podcast, I mean, even the ones that I do with my best friend that I've known since literally, like, birth, was even, like, you know, it's still nerve-wracking because, like, I'm not the one that likes to talk a lot. So it's definitely weird. But, you know, and I just thought of this, you know what you should do is, whether it's on Instagram Live, well, maybe Instagram Live over YouTube, but you should be like critique your own, like, Instagram videos and just be like, oh shit, man, I wish I did that. Oh, I love this shot. Ready? Wait for it. Boom, baby. Like, just the video of me picking out every little flaw I see in every video I've ever done, and nobody else could ever notice. Yeah, like, hello everyone, welcome to my video. I'm about to get insanely ripped and tear apart my own videos. Dude, you know what? I'd watch it.
That's a good marketing thing. Like, maybe that should be a thing. I'm gonna look into that.
That'd be great.
Credit for the idea.
maybe just start it on the Instagram Live, or just not Instagram Live. Just make one video, like you know how you can have Instagram TV.
Oh yeah.
So do like a little bit, like I don't know how long. I mean, you could really probably rip yourself apart. I mean, I could watch one of my videos and be like, this is shit. But
dude, every video.
So do like an Instagram, like the IGTV, and then post the minute version, like that, where you can click through. And just get clicks. Sure. Just get baked.
That's something I always do. I always sit back and think about, like, if I'm ever doing enough or if I'm not capitalizing on the moment, on like the moments or the audience that I currently have. Like, because my thing is, and I'm sure you feel the same way to a degree, is that a lot of the audience that we get from, on our Twitter, our Facebook, our Instagram, maybe not so much Facebook, but like Instagram and Twitter and everything, is a lot of like combination of like all these different fans of different bands that we have worked for and kind of gained over the years. So it's weird to like want to sit there and like, wow, I totally just lost my train of thought with that. Like,
I think I can kind of, like, you're trying to, I know what you're trying to say, but like, how do I say it?
Dude, I cannot believe I just lost my train of thought in the middle of it. That never happened to me.
Well, maybe here, I'll say something real quick and maybe it'll bring you back to it. But going off of my last tour, I came back October 27th of this last year, and I kind of shifted gears a little bit, stepped back from touring a little bit, just got kind of burnt out. I was like, all right, I need to pump the brakes, and I really, really love fitness, so I was like very happy to get back into that. And the dynamic of my social media, especially my Instagram, has kind of shifted from band posts to workouts, progress photos, and just kind of daily life. And I've been seeing that I'm losing a lot of followers. I mean, I'm gaining other people in like the different, like the workout community and stuff like that, which is great. But I'm like losing 10 followers of the music industry for every one that I get from like fitness or something, So I'm like going back and forth. I'm like, well, I can't make everyone happy. I'm doing what I'm currently doing now. It's not going to make sense for me to post photos from last tour. I'm not on that tour anymore. It's like maybe for a throwback, but like it's a weird spot for me because I don't really know, as far as it's like, I'm going to keep losing followers pretty much until something picks up with fitness or something. So
yeah, it's weird. I kind of remember what my point even was of blabbling, but it's like, I constantly wonder if I'm capitalizing on like, the audience that, that you have in that current moment, and doing something like, I mean, remember back when like Adam Elmakias, he did like the lens bracelets and stuff like that, and that was something like he had an audience from different bands he toured with, and then he got further in the photo community with doing those and kind of getting more seen and more known and being like, oh yeah, that's dude that does the lens bracelets. He's also a fucking great photographer, blah, blah, blah. But I think my point of what I was getting at was it's because you have such little fan bases. Like, that's the thing. It's like, if I were to, for instance, like even just selling prints, if I were to put up a photo of like Chris from Motionless and try to sell a print, it's going to sell a couple, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to sell like 20, 30, 40, just on my own. Whereas like, if I try to sell a print of like something that's not that related or anything like that, it doesn't do well whatsoever. And I'm just wondering, and I just constantly sit back and wonder, like, am I capitalizing on the audience that I have at the very moment to like further myself? But it's almost like you were saying, like, anytime you move in a different direction or post something else that's not directly that band or even that scene anymore, people stop caring. And I've seen that even when I was posting stuff about just doing like film projects and stuff, it wasn't getting any kind of traction whatsoever. But then if I post a throwback photo of In This Moment or something, the traction goes way up.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like see your follower count or your audience and say that they're fully dedicated to you and what you're doing. For instance, like one thing I'm doing in my off time is that I've been trying to do for a couple of years now is for 3 or 4 years now, I've just taken a shit ton of like Polaroids and 35 millimeter film.
Sick.
That some get posted online, a lot of it doesn't. And I've been going through, and I have a publisher I'm talking to, and I'm thinking about just making like a small run of just like coffee table books of just like stories and Polaroids.
Do
like,
it, dude.
Photos, like people I've never seen. Like, I have stuff from every tour I've done. So it's like, well, for the past couple of years. But regardless, it's like just hanging out with, whoever and taking the Polaroids and, everything like that. But, I'm almost wondering, it's like, I would like to think with the audience I have and the traction I have online, that would coincide with how well that book will do or how well a product will do that I'll release as like a personal project. But then again, it could get no traction whatsoever. And then, you have some people who like capitalize in every way they can and, make merch and sell presets and things like that. And that's not for me, but I understand that people do it. And like I said, respect it and like kind of back up 100% on it. But I don't know. It's weird, man. It's weird when you get into like the commerce side of like the job that you do. How to further that, because now in a social media age, it's like you could be some kid in their bedroom who does TikTok and can make, a bunch of sponsorship money.
Dude, yeah.
for doing nothing,
Or the, what is it? A little 8-year-old kid or something that made like 12 million reviewing toys or something.
Yeah, dude, crazy.
Like what?
Crazy shit. Yeah,
but,
crazy
dude,
shit.
Going off that little book thing, like if you're like kind of, and I mean, obviously I would be nervous too, and I've thought about it too, of going and like curating, not to rip off, Adam Elmakias, but it's like, it's a great idea. I have a shit ton of photos back from like 2010, like even pre-tour with the Mice Boys. It's like, like I have stuff, but like, do I do a book of many bands? Because then I might miss a market where like, or do I just do a book of my stuff? So it's like, what if you were, because I'm sure you have a ton of amazing photos. For just an example, Motionless in White. What if you talk to them separately and we're like, hey, like, I have a good idea. What if we just make like it doesn't have to be like a big book, but like something, a collection of, I don't know, photos that you guys choose, or, you choose and you write something about it, or whatever your idea is, and you just have it specifically for that band. And then you can approach any other band that you've done it for, and you have all these splits instead of just one big book with bands, I don't know, 10 plus bands. You've worked for a lot of bands. So, I mean, if you just maybe split them up, maybe that'll just cater to each individual fan base. I don't know.
Yeah,
just an idea as you were
man.
talking. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we tried to do that with Twisted. They wanted to put together 2 books, one from our Warped Tour, like stint, and then one from just the other tours we had done and like the small events that we do. And we were talking about doing that, and then life just kind of got busy, and I never got followed through with, never did. But that's not a bad idea, man. I mean, I've also thought about, even with this like little Polaroid book of even like, getting with those artists and, doing something where it's like, hey, why don't we cross promote this through everyone's platform? And then, we can, I'll give you X amount, X percentage of all sales for letting me use these photos. And also promoting it, during this time.
Oh, that'll be huge. I mean, you're close to all these bands. I mean, you wouldn't be still touring with them if you weren't, but I guarantee you that they would be like posting about it for sure. So that's amazing. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure I think you just gotta do it,
dude. That's the thing, is like, now that we have the time off, I'm just gonna have to do it. Like yesterday, I went through all the photos and I picked out everything. So now I'm just gonna scan them all in and get some kind of mock up and try to think how I'm gonna organize it and whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man, because it's a fine line for me, because part of me wants to like do this stuff and for the good of the art, but I also see how it can be like how some people do it, and it almost looks as if like it's like a cash grab type thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to give off that perception.
And I'm with you on that too, for sure.
It's a weird line, man. I'm just weird when it comes to stuff like that. Like, as much as I would love to, just be like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. It's like, I tend to overthink everything when it comes to that. And I'd be like, well, I don't want to come off as me looking like I'm just trying to use the likelihood of these bands to just sell stuff so I can make money. Like, at the end of the day, I don't even care if I make money off of it. Like, I'm just trying to put it out there because it would be cool to have a book.
Right. No, dude. Like, I want a book. I might just make one for myself.
Dude, but that's like a good idea. I mean, even you, like, dude, you've got some OG of my
content. Oh yeah.
Content like from back in the day, and like that would be crazy just to, to like release a book of like, damn, look at all these like photos that no one really ever got to see, or that just kind of got lost, online and everything, because that's just how the internet works.
That's how it is,
yeah.
Dude,
there's even photos that I go through and look, and I'm like, dude, I even forgot I even did this, or like this existed. Like, this is crazy.
That's my favorite. I got to figure out my my Tumblr login, because then I can look at some old shit, dude.
Oh, dude, I was trying to figure out my Flickr login the other day from like my first Flickr, from like before I even knew how to edit photos.
Dude, I think I have
take photos that shows and just upload them raw.
I think I have my main Flickr that I still don't use it, but it's like the one I have the login for. But there's two others that I just don't use, and it's, I don't know, dude, it's insane. It's there's just so many mediums now that it's like, I don't know where to
so many mediums, and I'm sure that we've both shot so much that like we'll get reminded of something. Like even the other day I got like one of those time hop things of Bamboozle, like Bamboozle Fest, like 2010, 9, something like that, where I had flown up there and just kind of shot, and I even forgot that weekend existed, and I found photos that I had shot of Lil Wayne. I forgot I even shot Lil Wayne, like, at that festival. And so just going through it, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, why do I not take these old photos and just edit? Like, I don't know. There's so much content and so many, like, moments captured throughout, like, the entirety of just as long as I've been taking pictures, and it just kind of, sometimes they just all kind of blend together.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy. Our first tour together was, I believe, was it 2012? So like we've got a lot of photos and video.
Yeah. And a lot of photos that can never be seen.
We won't go into that.
Oh, no.
For obvious reasons, but we both, you and I both know what the hell we know what's up, but
shout out 2012 tour,
Oh, yeah, dude. Fucking hell. I still have that laminate, too.
Oh, dude, I've got
all of them.
Hung up. I've got mine hung up. Hell yeah.
That's, I'm trying to, I like hang them, mount them, something. I'm going to put like I don't know, get like a frame or something. I got to do something with it. But
I got a couple frames. It's one of the projects I'm going to dive into, but it's like I went through all of them. I have way too many, so I've just had to start picking out like memorable ones to hang up.
Okay.
And yeah, because even like last summer, like doing the Eurofest, I got a different laminate for almost every festival. So when I came home with like 12 or 13 laminates.
Jeez,
and I'm just like, I don't want to hang up this Resurrection Fest laminate.
Yeah, okay,
You know what I mean? Like,
just... I've got some festivals that I'm not going to hang up. But like, I mean, the one that I'll hang up, like self-help and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But like the ones that like, I'm not going to hang this, what is it, South by So What? Something. Like, I'm not going to hang that up.
Yeah.
Like, shouts to them for putting it on. No disrespect. It's just...
Dude, 100%. That's how I felt even last summer within this moment. Like, we would do, like, whatever radio station would throw, like, whatever, fucking birthday bash. And it's just, like, the tour package that we're on, but they just have it as, like, their own little thing. And then they have a laminate. And I'm like, by the end of the tour, it's like, I'm having to dig through all these bullshit laminates to show my real laminate. And it's just like, why did these 4 festivals give us laminates? Like, just accept our laminates, or any Women Fest too. It's just like, well, they have wristbands, but yeah.
I feel you for sure.
So what's your plan? Like, are you not touring anymore? I think Aaron had told me that you aren't planning on touring anymore, or like, what's the deal?
For the meantime, I just was kind of just burnt out a little bit. Just needed to like take a step back. I mean, I'll always have fun on tour. Like it's fun. I mean, unless you're with a band that's just miserable, which I haven't been on a tour with a band that's miserable, but it was just kind of changing me in a different way that I kind of saw myself not going in a path that I liked. And it became to where like trying to be creative was more of a burden plan. Like, I just wanted to get through like the tour so I can like get home, or, you know, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I absolutely love being creative, but like there was times where I wanted to be creative without having critiques and just be like, hey, this is what I made. Take it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, there's the change this, change that, change blah, 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 blah. I'm like, bro, this is going on Instagram. It's going to be seen for today, maybe tomorrow, and then it's gone. Like, chill out. And I know that's like, you know, it's the truth, but not the way you need to be thinking. And I kind of got to where the point I was like, all right, I need to just kind of step back, like chill out a little bit, like maybe try and like get a normal job and stuff. Which I work at a photo lab, so I'm still surrounded by photos and stuff. But I won't say I'll never tour again. Like, I've only been to the UK and whatnot once with the Mice Boys. So like, if I were get offered a touring gig going overseas, I'd probably take it. I'm just kind of to the point now where I gotta be a little bit more like picky, I guess.
No, dude, I feel that. I mean, dude, I got so burnt out last year. I haven't toured for photo and video in like 7 months now, 8 months now. And like, when I got, because my last tour I did for photo content was for Gojira on the Slipknot run last summer.
Really? Wait, that's the last one?
Yeah.
What?
And like, yeah, dude, I was burnt out. Like, I was so burnt, especially from that tour. Like, that tour was fun, but it was literally like the same venue, the same set times, the same crowd, like every single day, like same stage, because it's all Warped Tour venues. So it's like, there'd be a little bit of a change. There'd be a little change of scenery. Like, maybe the amphitheater's laid out a little bit differently, but like they still had their same, 6:30 set time or whatever it was. And then it was always during the day, and sometimes it would be shaded. Sometimes it would, like, I got really burnt out from that, just from trying to stay creative from it. And then after that, when I go out with Wage War, like, I tour manage them.
Oh, no shit.
I've been doing,
okay.
Yeah. So I've been starting to like do the TM thing a little bit, which has been a good change of pace, and it's really fun. But I was looking forward to this in this moment run because it's going to be my first tour doing content again. And, and me and her really work well together. So, when we're both in the mood, we can make something, really, really sick.
That's awesome,
which I was really looking forward to. And then this kind of got burnt. So I think, because I'm probably not going to be able to do their rescheduled dates whenever they are, just because as of now, tentatively, I'm already like, I should be booked throughout the summer and everything. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I just got word that the next tour I'm supposed to do, like, the earliest it will start is June. So at least up until June, like, I don't really have much to go off of. But I don't know. I mean, even then is like, who knows? That might get pushed and the whole year might get canceled and whatever. But trying to stay somewhat creative here, but it's.
I will say, if you can't make the In This Moment one, let me know. I might be down to do that. That was sick.
Yeah, dude, I was bummed because I was looking forward to it. But dude, I mean, yeah, if you're down, I'll definitely, because I already know I probably won't be able to do it unless all my other gigs get canceled with this other band, and then I just can go out with them now. But I don't know. I mean, I guess only time will tell. Yeah,
it's one of those where it's like, I mean, taking a step back, but it's like, I do miss it. Maybe I just needed this little break and stuff, and who knows. But
sometimes you just gotta recharge your batteries, man. Like,
right?
Because I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, me and you were kind of the same. Of like, we just tried to tour constantly.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like that was the shit. Mm-hmm. And then now it's gotten like a few years down the road, and it's kind of like, okay, this is a lot. Like, it just, sometimes that little break's what you need. I mean, dude, honestly, going and TMing for a second, doing a different job on the road was so nice, especially when you knew when your job ended. Like, at that point in the night where it was like, oh, cool, I don't have anything else to do.
Right.
I can go hang out and do whatever. Whereas the photo video life is like,
it never ends, dude.
Even if you're quote unquote done, like you just finished a video and the photos, there's still so much more to be done.
But, and I don't know if you're the same way, but it's like some of the bands that I tour with, like, you know, throughout the day you're doing your job, right? You know, you wake up, you do like sound check. If they have VIP, you film, take photos of that. You know, you got the show, and then after there's a little bit of a gap. But if it's a party night, like, you're not going to be done until, well, bus call.
Yeah.
So like, it's just kind of weird thinking back. It's like, and going into like how much you get paid. And I never really thought about it until like maybe a week ago when I had to file for unemployment because of the coronavirus and stuff. But it's like, because on the thing, it was the job I'm working at now and then my last tour. And it was asking me, it's for sure a full-time job touring. But yeah. I mean, full-time job, that's at least 40 hours. But I'm thinking, it's like, they're like, how many hours do you think you worked a week? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, when I'm sleeping, like, that's when I'm not working. But it's like, one day I can be working until like 4 a.m. and I woke up at 9 a.m.
Dude, it's weird to try to like set boundaries for yourself or even like see how much you work, because even like that thing you were saying is like, that's almost why I enjoyed going and working for certain bands who did like a lot of makeup and were very like, we don't want any photos or to be filmed really until like we're done up, which was almost like a relief in a sense, because I did so many years with bands and bands who just, they didn't care how they looked. They looked the same all day even when they went on stage. So it was constantly, you know, getting content in the morning when they woke up and getting content throughout the day. And then even at night after everything's done, filming and shooting at like the parties and the hangouts and the bus hangs and everything, where it's like your job never really ends. And even when you wake up, you're on your computer doing something. And even if you're not, and even in the gap of time between when you're on your computer and then when you're shooting the show, you're still forced to be somewhere that's not home or that you can really take time off. Like even sitting in the green room having beer is like, yeah, it's not working, but it kind of is working because you have to be there. Like you're on the clock. You're on the clock. Like, I mean, me and you both know you could be sitting there drinking a beer, and if someone runs in and goes, "Hey, can you come get this real quick?" Okay, I'm up with my camera and we're going. Like it's pretty much you're on call,
dude.
But just be shooting anyways. Like it's so weird because like there have been people I've talked to who have like complained about there not being a specific like stop time to a gig or like this, and it's just like that's kind of the game. Like
bro,
you know how many times I've got woken up at 1 a.m. to be like, yo, so and so's drunk and doing this. Come film this. Come film. All right, I'll let my bunk go film it. Only to be told the next morning like, yo, don't post that. And it's like, you woke me up at 1 a.m.
Like, hey, we can't post this, but we gotta watch it back on your little screen. I mean, but the thing is, but for me, that's kind of like, I mean, the creative aspect is absolutely like amazing, and I love that. Wouldn't do anything else, but I really, really loved like the drunk shenanigan videos. Like with Crown the Empire, for example, and both of Mice and Men and Crown the Empire, I would do, so say you have a 4-week tour, I would do a video a week of like a serious one or something like that. Or I would split it and do like badass little montage clip and then a funny one that has like no music. It's just straight clips of just funny shit. Like those were so fun to edit, dude. Those were the best. Yeah,
I kind of miss doing that because I feel like lately I've been touring with, like In This Moment, who's very much one of those bands who most of the time it's just like, I'm not going to film them outside of makeup because I'm not going to post that, or they're not going to want me to post that, or that's not like they want. I mean, you know how it is. You toured with them, so it's like they want the stuff. They want the stuff that's on stage, and they want the theatrical stuff. They don't want the behind the scenes stuff. And then you get someone like Gojira, who they don't mind if you get the behind the scenes stuff, but they're not like partying, getting wasted. Like the most like wasted that we would get.
Boring.
Kind of a little bit. Like I love those dudes, and it's fun touring with them, but it's very much like me and the lighting guy are pretty much the youngest guys there by like 10, 15 years.
What's his name?
Pete.
Oh, Pete. Did you know their other one?
Blaine.
He was when I was out with Nothing More. He was our light guy.
Yeah. Like me, Blaine, and Pete were pretty much the youngest dudes there, and I like I'm not gonna say the most fun we would have, but like the times where we would party would be either the crew smoking weed outside, which was never just weed; it was always tobacco and weed because all of them are from Europe and they don't know how to smoke a normal joint.
Oh.
And or when we would all go out to like a restaurant on an off day, and then there would be 10 empty bottles of wine by the end of the night, and everyone's just wine drunk, and we're stumbling back to the bus. Like, it's not really like, I'm sure in the heyday, I shouldn't say their heyday because they're the biggest they've ever been, but I'm sure back when they were all younger, like they were getting wasted and partying, and like I'm sure they partied hard, but it's like now they will party hard, but their partying hard is not doing an 8-ball and drinking until someone passes out. Their partying is, let's drink 3 bottles of wine after the show and just celebrate. And in one sense, it's cool. And in the other sense, it's like, I kind of miss filming drunk shenanigans, but again, I don't miss filming drunk shenanigans. Like it's almost like leveling up with like dealing with drunk people, because it's like you go from dealing with people who are unpredictable and could just like smash a window at any time to just a bunch of dudes in like their 40s that are just like hanging out, like just having like actual meaningful conversation, and just everyone's drunk off wine and yingling. Like it's great.
It's such a weird, like, it's just so like touring, like one band you could do nothing. The other band, you're doing everything all day, like all day, every day is a party. You can go with a different band and it's more strict, and you can't have a beer before set, or, you know, like with the Mice Boys, it's like, you know, like we'll warm up on the bus, and even me, like crew and everyone. I mean, obviously if like you're a guitar tech or drum tech or something, you're in there setting things up, making it. But like when I'm in there with them, it's like, hey, yo, pass the Jameson, give me a shot, give me 2 shots or something like that. And we're all taking some shots, getting ready for the set. But like there's other bands where it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to wait till after the set while I'm editing, then I'll have a beer, maybe.
Oh, dude, it's so funny because I, like, even going back to Wage War after doing Gojira, it's like Gojira, I just told you how they were, and then going back to Wage War, who was all dudes my age, we all grew up in, like, the same area, so we're all, like, just have the same kind of mentality. It's just a bunch of, like, Southern dudes who just like to party and like to drink at the end of the night and have a good time. And it went from like, you know, touring with people who like to get wine drunk to touring with people who the bottle of Tito's is gone. Bryce, we get another bottle of Tito's, please, from the venue. And then that's gone. And yeah, it's just funny. I mean, cause it was like, it's going from like in this moment to where like, it's a dry bus, no alcohol on the bus.
Yeah.
If you're going to drink outside. And then there's other bands where I'm not going to say what band it is, but you go in the back lounge, and we're on a crew bus, and everybody in the back at the end of the night is doing blow and crushing up pills and rolling weed and just everything while rolling weed. I sounded like such a boomer there, but
rolling
the weed. I mean? Like, you're rolling the marijuana, are you?
Rolling the devil's lettuce.
But there's just such like the contrast of like, that's it's insane. Crazy to go from band to band, because it's like you just never like. You never know. Like there have been times where I tour and I'm like, yeah, this is nothing what like my mom warned me about, or like what everyone was scared of. And then there's some tours and I'm like, this is exactly what they warned me not to do and not to get into.
This is some movie shit.
It literally is, but it's just band to band, man. It's crazy. Like camp to camp, and seeing like there's some camps who are super close, and there's some camps who no one really even knows each other's names as far as crew goes. They just kind of get in there, do their job, and if they interact along the way, they do. If not, then they're just there to make their paycheck, and it's it's pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm super pumped that I was able to do it, and hopefully I'll be able to tour again. Who knows? You know, when you take a break, it's you kind of have to reestablish yourself again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you'll get the itch for it. And it's not as if like your content definitely, like, especially on Nothing More tour, like the shit I saw on there, it's like the stuff definitely stands out. And even in the end, the stuff you're doing for In This Moment is like the stuff it stands out. I mean, it's not as if like you're fighting to get jobs, because it's just like, oh, well, your stuff looks exactly like so-and-so stuff and they're trying to get a job too. It's like, I feel like there's very few people like in the industry that are doing video and photo work that stand out to a point where it's like they're the ones who will constantly get work, because they're the ones that are either marketing themselves the right way or just pushing out the content that brands and managers and bands like want to see and want to have replicated for them. Whereas there's others who just are just trying to, I wouldn't say copy, but just try to feed off of what everyone else is doing. And then it just kind of comes out as just like they're fighting for jobs in the community because their stuff doesn't stand out to a point where it's like, oh, we want you because your work stands out, as compared to like, oh, well, there's a group of people here that, yes, your work's good, but all of it looks the same. So now we're fighting between the 5 of you as compared to the one person we wanted based off of their look. Yeah. And it's weird, and it sounds so elitist, and I don't know any other way to put it, because it's hard, man.
You gotta have your own input on your work. It's like you can take and pull from other people's work and take ideas, but you gotta take it and twist it and make it your own. You know, like they're not gonna hire you if it's the same.
I remember having this conversation in 2012 with you.
Oh yeah, woo, yeah.
Because, dude, that's exactly what I did. I was definitely one of those people that.
So hold on, real quick, just for people that are listening. I was on tour. So 2012, I'm on tour with Jeffree Star. Do you mind if I say who you were with?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I'm with Jeffree Star, and Bryce is with Blood on the Dance Floor. And was that your like first? Was that your first tour?
That was my first tour, baby.
So that was your that was your first tour, and what was it like? It was something like, was it Glitch Effects or some bullshit?
Dude, it was literally
Final Cut Pro, by the way.
Yeah, Final Cut Pro. And
Glitch Effect or some shit?
Yeah, dude, it was, I mean, dude, like, I just straight up, like, because that was the thing, is before I started touring, I was already watching your shit. And, like, I would see your shit with, like, of mice and you touring, and I'd be like, damn, like, that's what I want to do. So in my head, when I tried to do videos, I was like, I need to make it look like this dude's stuff. And then me being 18 and no tour experience whatsoever, and then being on a tour with you, I took a little bit too much inspiration from the video you had posted right before I had made a video. And yeah, that led to an interesting conversation.
Dude,
between me and
it was
you, like the 5th or 6th day of that tour.
I think it definitely got blown out of proportion, and like any conversation that got had was not from me. And I'm also not trying to say too much because I definitely signed an NDA. But it was just kind of funny. Like, I was like, in my own like mind, I was like, I don't know how to say it. Like, half of me was like, bro, what the fuck, dude? But like also,
100%.
Like, well, what is it? There's a saying. It's like the biggest form of flattery is, I forget what it is. Basically, wanting to kind of like recreate the style that I was doing meant that I was doing something good, you know? Something that you liked so much that you're like, oh, man, I need to recreate that shit because people like it. So, like, there was this maybe not 50-50, but, like, maybe 10% of me was like, hey, bro, what the fuck?
Well, there was also underlining issues that had nothing to do with me or you in the situation. That was just from the people that we worked for having a past and having like issues between themselves too. Yeah. Which is why it did get blown so out of proportion. But I mean, yeah, dude, looking back, it was like, it's so funny because at the time I didn't understand it. And then a few years later, like looking back even now, it's just like, yo, you deserve to get called out. Cause that shit, like, I think I even watched those videos like a little while ago, and looking back on it, I'm like, oh yeah, dude, you deserve to get called out 100% for that, because I mean, ultimately that helped me in the end, but like that was like a big thing of like, oh, I can't just steal other people's work. I have to actually find my own like style and work with it, and not just try to go off of like everybody else's style, which was a lesson learned the hard way, but I mean, it helped me out. Now.
The quote thing I was looking for is the greatest form of flattery is imitation.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, dude, that's what it was. I was so intimidated by you being on that tour and pushing out content that I just took way too much inspiration from the first video you put out, and I made the Walmart version of it. And,
whatever, dude. Whatever.
Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, it's water under the bridge all the way. It's just funny to look back and like talk about it now and be like,
but
that was fun.
Now, 2020, and you're one of the top dogs.
I wouldn't go that far with it.
Well, that's in my opinion, for sure. There's a lot. I'm not going to mention names because there's a list of them, but like. You're doing your own style. You're doing whatever the fuck you want. Like, and by doing whatever the fuck you want, it's not like you're just kind of being like throwing just shit to the air. There's a method to the madness that you're bringing, but it's your method and it's your madness, and no one else can recreate that. So like, if someone recreates your kind of style, I mean, it's a bummer to them because they can't recreate their own art, but in a way, you're putting out some incredible stuff, and to have people want to try and mimic your style really shows. And I see it all the time, but
yeah, well, I appreciate that, man. And yeah, there have definitely been times where it's like I've noticed like something, like I'll try something new in my video, and then maybe like a week later or so, I'll see someone put out something that just happens to have the same thing in it. And I'm not definitely going to be someone that's going to be like, what the fuck, over like a simple transition or a simple whatever, you know what I mean? But it's definitely like, have had to hold myself back a few times and just kind of remind myself that like, well, I did the same thing, so I can't really be that upset by it, because it's hard to find your own style. And it's hard, especially when, like, I've even found it hard, dude, when like, when, everyone that we follow and the people that we associate with, like other content creators, it's like, we all are in this together as like a team, but we're also kind of competing with each other in the same way, as far as just to push out content that looks good, that you can like, I can't tell you how good it feels to have like someone, even you or anybody else, to like, that's a content creator, like at that level, to just be like, yo, this is fucking sick, because it's like we're all just kind of doing the same thing. And it's hard to see someone that does something, like, I can't say the amount of times I've seen something Jar do where I'm just like, oh shit, I want to do that, but I don't want to flat out rip it off. And it's hard trying to find like a medium of like, damn, that was sick, I need to pull inspiration from that and like start doing something else or try this new thing.
Yeah.
And without just being one of those people that just blatantly is trying to put out the same kind of content that someone else is trying to put out. And it's just a hard line, especially when there's so many people doing it, and then you see so many new things. I mean, look when Gibson Hazard came out and started doing his thing. Like, how many people...
Dude, that guy is insane.
I know. And it's like, that dude comes out and blows everybody out of the water, and then you see everyone trying to, like, incorporate some of those things into their videos now, because it's like, yo, that was inspiring as fuck. So many people, like... Now we want to pull from that, and now the stuff he does just blows my mind, and I don't even know how. I can't even imagine the editing that he must go through on that stuff. But,
oh, dude.
I mean, dude.
I want to know what computer he has.
I know, right? Dude, it's... even his earlier stuff, like the stuff he did with Billie Eilish, like, 2 years ago, is even just, like, mind-blowing. And now he's doing stuff for, like, Nike and Diddy.
Dude,
and,
it's insane.
I don't know. Dude is sick. And he's like 21. Ugh, dude.
But the thing is, he got where he is because he went and did like his own style. He didn't, I mean, I'm sure along the road, and I'm not speaking for him or anything, but I'm sure like he saw other people's work and got inspired. That's kind of how art works. You get inspired, you take it and you manipulate it. Jeez, I can't talk. Into your own, you know, like, so I'd say even just in the touring world, you don't want the same person touring with every single band on every single tour.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, it's funny too, because one thing, I guess, you know, doing the days of touring with like the smaller level packages, you know, it was no really skin off anybody's back to go and like work for other bands or go and like double dip while you're on tour.
Yeah.
And I've kind of realized recently, touring with a couple of bigger bands, is that they don't like that at that level. And I never understood why. And a part of me always thought like, oh, they're just trying to keep me from like making more money. But like when you get to that level where you have a band that's hiring you on for your look, they want to be the only, they want to look like that. They don't want it to be like, oh, hey, we're the headliner, we have this awesome look. And also the opening band has this look because our videographer is working for both of those people. And it's like, that might work on smaller packages because everyone's just trying to help everybody out. But on those higher packages, it's more or less like, no, we want to go for this aesthetic, and we don't really want you to give the other bands on this tour like the same content you're giving us, because then it's just going to look similar. And
yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's and I never really realized that, and I think that kind of put it more in perspective of like, oh wow, like, you know, your vision matters so much to like how a band is perceived. I mean, because we both know, like, dude, there are tours that have happened that I don't even know, that I never even saw anything about them. Like, they had no person doing content for them.
Wait, who?
So nothing was getting posted except for like, you know, just normal, you know, A, B, and C photographer that came out and shot the show.
Who is this?
Like, oh, I'm just saying, like, I've seen bands.
Okay.
Bands who have like
sometimes
who have, like, done that.
The phone cuts. I mean, so far we haven't had a cutout, but I know sometimes it does. So I didn't know if there was. You didn't say a band name, so okay.
No, yeah, but yeah, it's just crazy to think like how important like every little job is on the road, especially when it comes to like being a content creator. Because in one hand, it's been such a bottom of the totem pole type gig for a long time, and I feel like now over the past couple of years, it's become a shift of there are bands that brought me out and not brought out, you know, a second guitar tech, or have expunged like a stage job or a content job, which is crazy for me.
Oh yeah.
Like, crazy to think about, but that's kind of where we're moving in like this kind of age now, is that they need, like, bands are realizing that
content is king.
Content is king.
So what advice would you kind of give for, and I'm asking you because I'm not really sure how to answer it, for whether it's a photographer or videographer. Well, okay, if you're going on tour at this point, you should probably be able to do both. But for someone who is trying to like find their style, I guess, you know, like, it's so hard to not try and like, and it's happened to me where like I find a cool on Instagram, a photographer or a graphic artist or something like that, and I kind of pull too much, and luckily it's only just for my own personal use, but I realize I'm like, oh, I'm like basically becoming an extension of that artist and I'm not being myself. Like, is there any advice that you can give to someone who is either on tour or is trying to tour, that they can maintain their own creative style and help find it further? Do you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm trying to say, but like, obviously I'm terrible at trying to talk. So, and I have a podcast, so that makes no sense either. So,
you're fine. No, that's a tough one, man. I don't know. Like, it's tough because it's hard. It's hard to just tell someone that like you have to be unique. You have to like find your niche. Like you have to find out what works for you. But I think it's just like I think it's just constantly doing something repetitively and just finding better ways to do it and finding better like tips and tricks and like filming styles. Cause I mean, there was never really like, I mean, for me at least, it's like, I don't feel like there was ever really a point where like I saw someone doing something and it kind of clicked and I was like, oh, and I kind of found my style. Like it was just kind of like, I just was busting out so many videos constantly and just trying to do new things and learning new techniques and like watching more tutorials on YouTube and just finding out like just different everything that was involved with, you know, editing and filming and like how to film certain things this way. So when you edit them, they turn out this way. And I think it's just over time, you just kind of, because I know people say that like I have a particular look or a style, and I don't think I like, as far as myself goes, I don't look at that and be like, no, I've got my own style. Like like if you were to ask me to explain my style, I couldn't, because I don't feel like I have one that's clear. Like I just edit things to look
how you think it should
to look at these things for me. Yeah. And the stuff that I enjoyed growing up, or the stuff that I see that I enjoy, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like I should try to do something similar to that. Or, you know, I don't know. And it's just constantly just trying to find like new things. Like even when I found After Effects, just doing like some logos and After Effects and stuff, and it was like just adding that key in there and having people hit me up and be like, dude, that was next level, or blah, 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 or whatever. And it's just like, really? I was like, okay, I'm glad you like it. Like, that's cool. I guess I'll keep doing stuff like that. Like, I guess I just kind of take off of what people see that I do and are like, holy shit, dude, this is like the best video I've ever seen. Like even trying to sound as egoless as possible. I know. But it was I remember I even did a video for In This Moment where it was like the video where we were at the rave and she sang a song down in the pool, and I kind of overlaid it with just like some different like effects and like some audio or whatever. And like at the time I did that, and I was kind of bummed about the video. Not bummed, but I just did it, and I was like, okay, whatever. This is just like whatever video.
You always think about what you can do more. I believe me, exactly. I've been there. Yeah.
And I got hit up a lot of that video in particular from like people I don't even like, managers and shit I haven't talked to in years.
That's
just
awesome,
being like reaching out, being like, yo, that was so sick. And I'm just like, cool, thanks. And like now I look back and watch that and I'm like, damn, this was pretty crazy. But at the time it's just, I'm just trying to bust out stuff and make it look cool and hope that the client likes it and just get it approved so that we can move on to the next video, you know? So I don't know.
So almost going off of what you're saying, like as some kind of advice for anyone trying to, well, if you're trying to find your vibe or I don't know, whatever, is just fucking take photos, video, and edit what you think looks cool. Don't worry about what other people's stuff looks like, because there's going to be someone out there that likes it. Just do what you personally think is cool.
As cliche as it sounds,
it's
like,
fucking so cliche, but it's like, true though.
Don't try to mimic someone else's work. Just kind of make it your own, and constantly learn and like download new like preset packs online or buy people's preset packs and mess with them and tweak with them.
Yeah, but you have to tweak it for sure.
100%. But it's like, you know, I even feel like with my photos up until I can't even look at any photos I did pre-Warped Tour 2018 because I got this new preset pack or LUT pack or something for Lightroom, just as something for fun to do. And I feel like it completely changed my photos 100% and just made them, to give them a different look. I wasn't using like such a filtered look anymore. I'm actually like, I don't know, it just completely changed everything. And like now I look back at old photos I've done and I'm like, I want to re-edit these because this to me looks bad. And at the time they weren't bad, and they're not bad photos, but it's just like you evolve as a content creator and as doing photos and videos that where when you look back and you like kind of cringe your old stuff, but it's like at the time people loved this, at the time you loved this, but now you've learned so much more and gotten so much further that you're just like, damn, I can't believe I even did that in a video and like got away with it being posted, or, you know, just it's just kind of just like growing up and realizing it.
You know what we should do?
Realizing the creativity. Yeah, what should we do?
So do you, let's see here. I see people posting all these like challenges. Like for example, there's the push-up thing. like see a push-up, send a push-up, and then there's ones where it's like post a black and white photo or something like that. I think after this, or whenever you have the time, go and find one of those photos that you did back when you had the presets, and you go back and you're like, oh, this is a sick photo, but the edit I did with that preset looks like garbage. I'm going to make this look legit. And then you post that final that you did before years ago, and then you post the new final. And then you tag someone.
That's interesting. We should do that for sure. Like a re-editing challenge. Like go find a really good photo that you think you did a really shit edit on, and just find the raw file and redo it. Yeah, that'd be cool.
And I honestly, I'm gonna look online, and well, the hard part for me is have to try and find the actual original JPEG. But I mean, I have so many hard drives. But I'll make an actual post. Like, I know a lot of these challenge things are on the stories, but I think just because to have full, like the stories, it gets lost. It gets so lost. But
especially if it's only up for 24 hours, like me and you both know, like posting something on Instagram and 24 hours later, there's still people commenting and liking it, and there's a story. Like if they missed it, they missed it. So.
All right, so go find like an OG pic that you have edited with something, I don't know, and just, I guess, re-edit it. Who knows? I don't know. Just, you know what I'm talking about.
Let's do it. I'm down.
I'm down, dude. I got, what, it's 3:22 right now? Dude, I got it all night, dude.
Hell yeah. It's 6 o'clock over here, but...
You sort of have all night.
Sort of. I mean, I'm probably going to go buy some beer and maybe a gallon of whiskey, and maybe I'll try to find
a gallon of whiskey.
That's how we do it down in Florida.
That's hot, dude.
That's hot. Dude.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna upload this. I was gonna say, like, I was gonna text you, but I'm just gonna ask you right now. We don't have any photos together, huh? Because I like to post a photo on my Instagram, but I don't think we have any together.
Off the top of my head, I actually don't think we have any together either.
I don't take photos with anyone, really, so it's kind of weird.
To me neither. I don't have photos of myself, period. I'm never the one to hop in a photo. I'm always the one taking the photo.
Well, I got to figure out a way to, because I want to post about our thing. Obviously, I'll post it on, I said obviously way too many times. I'm going to say it one more time. I swear this is my last time saying it. Obviously, I'm going to post it on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as a post and story. But I don't want to just post my stupid mug that I have as my like image. So if you I'm
trying to think, because
I feel like there should be like 2012, dude.
I would think that we have a photo from back then, but then I'm trying to think of like other times we've met up in between.
Never have we been like, hey, bro, let's take a photo.
Yeah, I'm sure. I would say I'm sure there's one out there, but I actually don't.
I actually don't think there is.
And if it is, it's from us in 2012.
No, well, I'm down for like the throwback though.
Dude, oh, absolutely.
But I don't think there is, so that's my big problem.
That tour is just such a blur to me that I don't know. There might have been, but maybe not. That was also a weird tour. We did half the tour, and then everyone went to Europe, and we took like 2 weeks off, and then we went back and did the second leg of that tour. It was weird. Because then do you remember that? 'Cause then we started back up in Vegas.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, super fucking weird.
I honestly just might pull like a photo of you from your Instagram.
Yeah, do whatever, man.
And then I'll post your beautiful mug on my face.
Oh yes, the Danny Todd
on my face, on my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. On my face.
Just Photoshop my face onto your face for that.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. It's the Danny
podcast, and you could even cross out Danny and just put the Where's Bryce podcast.
That would be pretty funny.
That'd be funny.
I'll have to look. Okay, That's actually pretty funny. I like that. Dude. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, dude, we're literally. Well, okay, we're at 1:59:47. Almost 2 hours.
I hit the 2 hour mark right now.
What the fuck is wrong with my? I'm still okay. I'm literally about to hit 2 hours right now. What?
It might be counting the rings.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe I was ringing for like 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah, probably. Right on. Well, dude, it's been a good one.
Dude, this is fun. I haven't done a podcast in so long, so I didn't know if it was going to be like structured or just like a conversation.
Nah,
to be honest, like
I don't. I mean,
3 minutes of us talking.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like I kind of go into a podcast. I'm like, some of them, like, well, hey, if we get 30 minutes, that's great.
Have you had guests or anything where it's like you have to kind of like force the conversation, like you get a bunch of like dead ends, or no? I mean, I would imagine people that want to do a podcast could at least like I feel like with you, I know you well enough to where like there would be no awkward silences or dead silences because there's always shit we could talk. I mean, I feel like me and you can go 2 more hours, but like I wonder if there's people who like, I always wonder that with people who do podcasts, like they have sometimes guests on there that are just like they have to really work to keep a conversation going.
I'd say maybe one.
Okay.
But that was like towards the beginning, I guess. I don't know. Like they've all been pretty good. It's all just learning, I guess. Like, you know, upgrading equipment helps, you know, like being able to hear. Yeah. I think that the one that I'm talking about was before I got this new Rodecaster Pro where I can do straight to the phone. So before I was just doing Skype through my computer with a USB mic. So like the quality was kind of dog shit.
Yeah.
So like it was kind of difficult because sometimes I'd be like, wait, what did you say? What? Hello? What?
Yeah.
So
and and I know there's some people who hate listening to podcasts if it's like done over the phone.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I mean, I've listened to podcasts over the phone before, and it's so hard to understand what the person's saying or talking about or anything that it almost turns you off from listening to the podcast. But I feel like it's gotten a lot better.
I definitely. Do you know who Andrew Piano is?
Yeah, he was in Woe for a while, right?
He was, Woe Is Me, but he started with his brother and Abandon All Ships.
Yeah, Jesus, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
So our podcast, dude, it's rough just because like things kept like getting cut off and like just the sound quality. I'll have to do another one with him again. But honestly, like for myself, I'm especially for the podcast, it's like I'm very hard on myself and I want it to sound as professional as possible. And of course I'm putting, I've probably put over $1,000 into it so far. So to have episodes that kind of have failed before I got this new rig, I mean, it's kind of just teaching me to just get better, and just keep going. And the more I do these, the better I'm going to get. And I don't know. I think that can be thrown into any situation that you're doing, whether it's podcast, photo, video, drinking beer. I mean, you can always get better at drinking beer. You can get faster. You can burp less.
Yeah,
you can open it with one hand.
When it comes to beer. Yeah.
Let's see, IPA?
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, cool. We're good then. All right.
We're good. Yeah. No, there's a local one out here that is like my favorite, and I saw someone post something about it tonight. I've been like, I need to go get some tonight. But yeah, dude, I used to only be a light beer drinker for the longest time, and then as of recently, my taste palette has changed enough to where I enjoy IPAs more than anything else. But I can drink like a dark beer, a stout, or anything, and like even if I don't 100% love it, I can still enjoy it and like
still appreciate it.
Just know that Yeah, and just be like, I'll never get that again, but it was fun to drink that.
But it was okay, but I'll just never get it again.
Exactly.
All right, man. I think we're pretty good for right now. I mean, over 2 hours. I mean, at this point, I think we're just going to be stretching for shit. So,
yeah, for sure.
But that does not mean I guarantee you we will do one of these again. So
yeah, dude, I'm down, man.
These are fun.
Yeah, I enjoy doing podcasts. I enjoy listening to podcasts, but I also enjoy just shooting the shit with someone. And if people want to listen to shoot the shit and occasionally talk about something, that might help them, that's cool. And I'm down to do it again, especially if we want to do like a topic specific one or anything. But
yeah, of course.
Yeah, dude. No, I appreciate you having me on, dude. Sorry it took a while to get everything going.
You're totally good. And listen to this one, or at least part of it, and just make sure you, sounds good. I mean, I'm posting it regardless. I ain't taking it down, but hopefully you can manage listening to it because it's a phone call. So
yeah. No, it's all good, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Just for everyone out there, and I mean, yes, I'll put it in the show notes, but where can people find you? Where do you want people to go and follow you or whatever?
Yeah, just all my socials are Where's Bryce? Not Where Is Bryce, but Where's Bryce? That's a confusing one for sure, but yeah. But I mean, that's cool. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, MySpace, Vampire Freaks, everywhere,
Cool. Well, I'll probably just put your Instagram and your website in the show notes, and hopefully some people go check out your shit because you're talented as fuck, bruh.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Oh, thanks. All right, well, I'm gonna go watch that. No, it's too early to watch that movie, but.
Dude, no, you have to watch it when it's dark outside. You can watch The Invisible Man now if you want, but Kitsy Tapes has to be dark outside.
Okay. I might just wait. I'll wait. Because it's it's only 3:32, so it's definitely light outside. But anyways, dude, thank you for joining me. And, well, I hope to see you back on tour soon when this all ends.
Yeah, dude, I'm sure. I hope we cross paths sooner than later.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, thanks for having me, man.
Right, man, of course. All right.
All right. Later, dude.
Later.